Welcome to the first TBR of 2025. That feels insane to say. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I'm filming this in December. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of myself on my January content because it's going to be busy, but it still feels very weird to say. We're now picking the books that we're going to read in 2025. I don't think I really have any plan of attack for today. I would like some literary fiction because I feel we were severely missing literary fiction reads last month. Oh, the one book that I really want to get on the TBR is Mr. Salary by Sally Rooney. I have had it as like notify me when this becomes available on the library for so long, for months and months. Randomly the other day it was like, yeah, it's available now, so I'm in the queue. And there's only one person in front of me in the queue and it's very short, so hypothetically they should be done with it soon. Other than that, no plan of attack. We will see what the jar will do for us. Also, it's a new year. I kind of want to revamp the TBR jar. I would actually quite like to paint it. I think I might do that at some point this month. But also, I want some new prompts. There are a bunch already in here that are new, but if you guys have any, leave them down below. We'll add them in. It can be fun. Without further ado, we're just going to get right on into it. We are about to pick my first prompt of 2025. That's so weird. And it's going to be this one. This says, published after 2020. That should be relatively easy. I think we've got some newish releases on here. Newish that I want to get to. Shark Heart is definitely new. The Writing Retreat, I think, is new. 2023. Butcher and Blackbird could be fun. Yeah, also 2023. What was Shark Heart? 2023. Wait, that's so weird. They're all 2023. I also really want to get to The Last Housemate. Housewife. 2022. Okay, let's go for one of these. I think of these two, I am actually most drawn to these. I think this is like a weird literary fiction, which I am very in the mood for, and then more of a thriller, but I think literary feels. But I did literally say that I wanted literary fiction, so I think we might go for Shark Heart. I think that'll be a good bet. It does look mammoth, but it's actually made up of like vignettes and poems, and I think I'm actually going to fly through this one. I think this will be a very quick read. It's about a couple and the man is turning into a great white shark, and that is all I know, and I think it sounds so weird and so fun, and I think it could be so up my alley. This is the first book adding to a TBR for 2025. Alright, pick number 2. Oh, I should have said earlier, we're going to do 8 picks. Okay, prompt number 2, let's go for this one. This says... Okay, this is an optional swap out of one book. I have a bunch of prompts in here that are like forfeits or like rewards. This, I guess, is kind of a reward, but it's an optional swap out. There's also a mandatory swap out in here where you have to swap out a book. I'm going to keep this for now in case I want to swap one out later, because right now I don't want to swap out Shark Heart, and that's all we've got. Okay, so we're picking again for book number 2. Let's go for... I have 2. This one. Oh, this is a long prompt. It says, book by an author you have read from 3 or more times. That's fun. I'm not sure we've ever had that one before. Strangely, and this might be surprising, I've really not read from that many authors 3 or more times. Like, there are only a handful. Immediately, I'm thinking Lisa Jewell, I've definitely read from 3 or more times. Taylor Jenkins Reid, have I? I must have. 7 Husbands, Carrie Soto, One True Loves, yeah, I must have. So we have Daisy Jones. I think there's another one on here. After I Do, yes. Okay, so both of these could be options. Anyone else? Oh, Michael Grant is definitely an option. Okay, I think that's it. There's a couple authors here I've read from like once before. I think these are the only authors I've read from 3 or more times. So Lisa Jewell, we all know I've read a bunch of her books. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I've read a bunch. And then Michael Grant, this is the last book in a series. This would be the sensible option. I'm just deciding whether I'm ready to do it yet. Because I spent all of last year reading this series and this is the final one. So this is the sensible option. But I also really want to get to Daisy Jones and the Six. Oh, I don't know. I did just read Carrie Soto is back though. Okay, no, I'm going to be sensible. I'm going to go for light. We might get this on the TBR later, but I think I'm going to go for light so that we can finally finish this series. It's a YA dystopia series. I've been reading it for, well, a decade at this point. Literally, that's not even a joke. If you know, you know. I think it's finally time we finish the series. And this one's actually shorter than some of the other ones. It's only just over 400 pages. Okay, we're going to go for light. We're going to do it. I'm so scared to finish that series. I have so much nostalgia built up around that series. Okay, we're on to book number 3. Let's go for this prompt. This says, off your 25 to read in 2025. You guys won't have seen that video yet because I literally just filmed it and I think this one is going up first. But I guess a slight spoiler as to some of the things that are on it. Are any of them on here? I can see one straight away that's on here and I might just go with that because I don't want to spoil everything that's in that video, but I will spoil one of them and I'm going to immediately put it on the TBR. A Man Called Ove by Fredrik Backman. He is an author that I really, really want to try some of his books this year, and I think this will be a good place to start. It's like a grumpy old man, and I think it's meant to be like funny, wholesome, maybe sad, not sure. Everyone loves him. Everyone. And my mum really wants to watch the movie. She keeps bringing it up, A Man Called Otto. So obviously I need to read the book first. So that might be a good one to get to this month. Okay, I think that'll be fun. Let's go for that. Okay, oh my gosh, we're on book number 4 already. I hate how quick this goes because I literally love filming this video. It's like my favourite thing to do. And then it goes so quickly. Okay, this prompt is a book that is not popular on BookTok. I feel like we get this prompt a lot actually. This is why I need to refresh my prompts. I'm going to pick out some books that I've never heard of on BookTok. Obviously, I said this before, I can only go off of my experience. I go with books I've not seen. If you've seen them, I can only apologise, but I can only go off of my experience. Let's pick a few. The Natural Way of Things, I've never heard anyone talk about. Children Act, I've never heard anyone talk about. The thing is I do get a lot of my recommendations off of BookTube because I like it. The Nursery, Escape and Control, probably The Whispers, Slender Man. Okay, I've pulled quite a lot of options. All of these are books that I personally have never heard of. Oh, I really actually don't know what to go with. Or now that I've literally pulled every single one of these out, I could go with the book that I actually really wanted to finish in this month, which is Emma Cline's short story collection. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I've heard people talk about The Girls by her, but this book I haven't heard people talk about. I could actually just go with that. I'm going to finish it this month anyway, so it kind of makes sense now that I've literally pulled all of these out. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Sorry if that's annoying, but I want to finish that this month. I actually started that short story collection like August 2024, and then my library hold ran out, so I never finished it. I kept saying that I wanted to get back to it, haven't managed it yet, so I think we're going to do it this month. So sorry that I literally pulled all those books out and then didn't pick one, but I'm going to go with that. Okay, moving on to book number 5. Let's go for this one. She says, 2 of the last prompts. Oh, for God's sake. I literally just put every single one of them back. Okay, well that's actually quite funny. I've pulled out the exact same collection of books again. So I guess best of both worlds. We picked the Emma Cline book and now we're going to pick one of these. Okay, I'm going to pick between these 2. Personally never heard of them on BookTube, but if you have, I'm sorry. The Children Act by Ian McEwan. I've definitely heard of this author. This is the author that wrote Atonement, I think it's called. But this book I've not heard of. This is a literary fiction about a lawyer, no, a judge, who is trying a case of a 17-year-old boy who is refusing medical treatment that would save his life for religious reasons. And I think the judge has to like make a decision whether to go with his wishes or not. I think that could be really, really interesting. Or we have Hot Milk by Deborah Levy. I don't know a whole lot about this, but this is the author who wrote Swimming Home, which is actually a book that I studied in school. And it has like the tiniest little blurb. I'll just read you the blurb so quickly because it's 4 lines, but it says, "Today I dropped my laptop on the concrete floor of a bar built on the beach. My laptop has all of my life in it and knows more about me than anyone else. So what I am saying is that if it is broken, so am I." I just think that sounds great. I've not heard anything about either of these 2. Kind of going in blind. I think they're both literary fiction. They're both very short. I don't know which one to go for. Should I just go for the shorter one? That's 197. This is just over 200. Okay, we'll go with this one then. The Children Act by Ian McEwan. Going on the TBR. Okay, we're picking book number 6. Let us go for this prompt. She says, random page count wheel, fun, okay. Okay, I've made a little wheel. It's got under 100 all the way up to over 500, and then we're going to spin it and we're going to pick a book that has that number of pages in the title. I don't think that was in focus at all, was it? No freaking way, I know exactly what I'm picking. It says under 100 pages. You guys know what I'm picking, right? Yeah, obviously we're going Mr. Salary. As I said at the start of the video, I wanted this book on the TBR. She fits that prompt perfectly, under 100 pages. To be fair, I doubt anything else on here is going to fit. Open Water is like 150. That one's 200. I think it is literally the only option. Just saying. That looks like I faked that. I swear I didn't, but happy. Very happy with that choice. Mr. Salary is a Sally Rooney short story. I think it's like 30 pages. It's very, very short. But I'm on a mission to read everything that Sally Rooney has written. I read 3 of her books last year. I will be getting to Intermezzo this year. But Mr. Salary is just coming to my library. I want to read it. We're going to go with that. So that's a really easy choice, I can't lie. Okay, we are choosing the penultimate book now. This has gone so quickly, it's kind of sad. We're going to go for book number 7. It's going to be this one. And this says, a book in third person. That should be easy. I guess I can just pick some books I'm in the mood for. Let's start with Daisy Jones and the Six. This is actually kind of a confusing one because it's written out like an interview, but I guess it is kind of first person. I'm a bit unsure on that one, but I won't go for it. I'm definitely in the mood for The Nursery. No, that's first person as well. The House in the Cerulean Sea. Third person, definitely an option. Next of Kin. No, that's going to be first person, isn't it? That's definitely going to be first person. Yeah, I don't even know why I bothered checking that one. Writers and Lovers. Nope, first person. What about Mad Honey? Just kind of picking randomly now things I could be in the mood for. That's first person! What about Sorrow and Bliss? First person. Open Water? Oh, that's second person, so we can't do that one either. What about Behind Her Eyes? First person. Do you know what? I'm bored of looking. We're going for The House in the Cerulean Sea. I don't know if I'm like completely in the mood for this one, but I've had this a very long time. It's probably a good choice. Also, I really enjoyed Under the Whispering Door by this author. It kind of surprised me. I wasn't really expecting it to be my thing. So hopefully this one will do the same, because I think this is similar vibes in that it's cozy fantasy, which is why I didn't want to pick up the other one, because I didn't think I'd like it. But then I really liked it and it made me cry. So yeah, do you know what? I am going to go with this. I think this one is something to do with a man who goes to like a magical orphanage. And then I think there's maybe a subplot of romance. I don't know a whole lot about it, but this has been on the TBR for a hot minute, so I think it would be a fun one to get to. Right, we only have one more book to pick. That's kind of sad. Okay, let's hope we pick a good prompt. I'm going to go for this one. This says, roll a dice and pick a book with that many words in the title. That's very fun. This is actually one of my new prompts, so I'm glad we got that one. I'm pretty sure if you just search for a dice, you can like find one. Okay, I've pulled up a random dice and I'm hoping you just tap on it and it changes. I'm hoping that's how it works. 2. So we pick a book title with 2 words in the title. So options, we have... Okay, we actually have so many options. I think this is all of them, but honestly, if it's not, we have enough options. So this is actually a little bit overwhelming. I'm trying to think, because this is the last book, I'm trying to think what we have a lot of and what would be like a good genre to go for. So we've got a couple of literary fictions, a sort of cozy fantasy, a dystopia. Maybe we could do a thriller, honestly. I feel like we don't have that many thrillers on there. In which case we're looking at either Watching You by Lisa Jewell, The Teacher by Frida McFadden, or I guess Slender Man. I guess this one's a bit more maybe horror and these are more thriller, but I think it'll just be a nice mix. What am I in the mood for? I mean, I'm always in the mood for Lisa Jewell, but I have read quite a lot of her recently, so maybe one of these 2. The thing is I'm kind of leaning towards Slender Man because of how mixed media it is. And I just know that we will absolutely fly through that one. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna go for this. I'm not really sure what to expect with this. I've never read a book by an anonymous author. I don't really know a whole lot about Slender Man as a concept. I think this will be interesting. And if nothing else, it's mixed media to the 10th degree. Everything is text messages and recordings and emails. So I think if nothing else, I'll love it for that reason. So I think it'll be a nice easy one. So we're gonna go for this, I think. All right, we have the 8 books that we'll be reading in January. I'm actually quite excited for this TBR. I think it's a good one. So we have Emma Cline's short story collection, we have Mr. Salary by Sally Rooney. Then physically, we have Shark Heart by Emily Habeck, Light by Michael Grant, A Man Called Ove, or Ove, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it, by Fredrik Backman, The Children Act by Ian McEwan, The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, and Slender Man. I think that's quite a good TBR. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I have fun content planned out for this month, including a 30-day reading vlog. So you may as well subscribe. You're going to want to be here. Comment down below if you've read any of these books. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you enjoyed them or not. Like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. I love you. Goodbye!